When I bring the mic real close, I turn the gain up and I say, "Hi, Chad. What's going on?
Stop.
How the fuck you guys doing?" I'm not fucking biting you, dude. Annoying. So what we do on Saturdays, we smoke weed. Crazy, right? But then we do about 20-30 minutes of light stretching. Some might say it's called yoga. You don't know what yoga is? It's YOGA. You know, you can Google it. Google.com, right? YOGA. Stretching, breathing, yoga. Okay? And going to lead us today, and the same teacher, person, thing, amazing, awesome. Your says t-shirt, short shorts, ankle bracelets, nails painted. Jana is going to class. It'll be quick. You'll probably fart, and I'm gonna turn the notifications probably off so we don't have bitty things running through our skull while we're trying to do our thing. If you want to participate. It's easy. It's slow. I could do it, so you don't stress. If you don't want to participate, sit there and stare at my butt. Totally cool. I have a nice butt. All right. And other than that, enjoy the vibes. We're gonna turn on some chill fucking music, and these will all be uploaded to YouTube. So there'll be a series on there where you'll be able to follow along there. If like, hey, I really liked that particular stretch, I'm gonna do that. So what you're gonna need supplies-wise is if you don't have a yoga mat, that's totally awesome. All you have to do is you can use an owl, you can use a rug, anything. Just you don't want to be on something slippery. You want to have something stable. That's key. You can't have your feet slipping around your hands. Get some water. Water's cool. Enjoy yourself, all right, guys. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, towel works great. Yeah. That'd be that's what we should do 100%. We'll let's do emote mode 100%. Have a good time, guys. Chan, I can't wait to tune in to your yoga stream. Oh, that's someone. I'm already tuned in. I'm actually live. I'm live right now at yours. Yo, you guys are epic, dude. We're already at 8,300 bits. This is gonna be a long ass day today because we're trying to raise as much money as we can for these mods. So this is gonna be a long one, guys. So we're already at 8,300. I think we're gonna smash this goal. Right? I think we're gonna smash it. I think everybody should try to participate, even if you feel like, hey, I can't do that or that move's too hard. You know, trust me, I'm struggling my balls off in this thing, dude. I'm shaking, my knees feel weak, my body feels weak. I feel a little embarrassed because I'm not so flexible. But you know what? We're doing it. This is week 3, and I feel more flexible than week 1. So, progress. I'll make some progress, guys. Set up the cameras.
Oh, AirPod. I have music now.
I want to face the camera.
There's vomit on his t-shirt already, dude.
Alright. I'm gonna stop talking. It's not my stream no more, it's Janice. Pay attention, we're going in emote only mode.
Love you guys.
I'll see you guys in about 20-30 minutes.
If you guys are gathering yourself, we're gonna start today's meditation and light flow in a child's pose. That means you are on the floor. Go ahead and get onto the mat, onto all fours. Sit on your feet. Your hands all the way forward in front of you. Try and get your belly to touch your knees. If it helps, move your knees out just slightly out from underneath your shoulders. So spread your knees slightly out. Open your knees. Yep. And what you really want to do is drive your butt as far back as you can while engaging your fingertips far forward as you can. Take a couple deep breaths. Your stomach to drop a little bit closer to your. Try and get a little bit more stretch. Arms really shouldn't have any pressure in your neck. Neck should just be relaxed. Fall into the floor. Stay here for 4 more breaths. Take them as slowly as you need to go. Driving your hips back, your belly down, your hands forward. On your next exhale, come up to tabletop position. You want to make sure that your knees are directly under your hips and your hands are directly under your wrists, or your wrists are directly under your shoulders. We're going to go ahead and go into cat-cow for a few breaths. Same thing, take it as slowly as you need to. On your inhale, you are going to cat, bringing your belly all the way up into an arch and your head all the way down. Just drop it. Have a string, an imaginary string, going from your belly button through your spine all the way to the ceiling. Pulling your belly all the way to the top. And on your exhale, you are transferring belly button string to be pulled all the way to the floor. Your elbows straight, your shoulders strong. The only thing moving is your spine. Going into an inhale, cat. And I know you're taking it slow, but just try and emphasize the slowness. Take it a little slower than what's comfortable. Really feel your spine engaging in different angles. Cat-cow for 4 more slow breaths. At your own pace. Two more breaths. Really take some time to find space in your spine. On each inhale and exhale, you're feeling your vertebrae. And on your next inhale, we're going to tuck our feet under our ankles, and we are going to bring our hips straight up to the sky. Now this is your downward dog. It's your first one of the flow, so if it feels a little foreign, that's okay. Your ankles don't have to touch the ground immediately, but the goal is to get those ankles driven into the ground. When you drive your ankles into the ground in this position, you might feel a light stretch in your hamstring or your calves. It also helps to what we call walk the dog. This is downward dog. Walking the dog is alternating the weight from foot to foot. That way just a little bit to get your hips moving. But remember to keep that string on your belly button pulled up towards the sky as high as you can. Now we're going to take an exhale, go into a plank position. in plank position. If not, onto your knees. I'm gonna get out of only. Drop onto your hands. And then what we're gonna do with a strong spine and your low back muscles, push towards the ground, pick your back up. Drive your lumbar into the ground and imagine your chest opening up to the ceiling. Few breaths. And then from here, we're pulling our spine and our butt back to the floor into a child's pose again. And headphones up. Take a few breaths here. Remember what the goal is. Drawing your stomach towards the floor. Your butt towards your ankles. Really collapsing the space in your chest between you and the floor. Push your fingers straight ahead. Two more breaths. Feel some space opening up in your armpits. You're really pushing. From here, tabletop. Bring your knees directly underneath you, your wrists directly under your shoulders. A few cat-cows, we'll call it 4, at your own pace. Remember to drop your neck in your cat. Straight up to the sky on your cow. You're engaging your core muscles every time you alternate. We'll go 2 more times. One more. After your cat, tuck your feet under your ankles and up into a downward dog. Pressing your pressing your ankles down. Your second one, it should feel less foreign. Maybe if you have any arm strength, you might want to do a little bit of a push-up. Just bending your elbows slightly towards the ground, that'll give you a good forearm stretch. You're in plank position. You can do this. If you can't, relax your knees to the floor. From plank position, you're going to drop down. Your feet will untuck. Hands are going to be sturdy right under your sides, right where your chest is. Exhale, pushing your chest forward and your lower lumbar down. Few breaths here. Where we walk ourselves back into downward dog and then back into a standing position. One more breath. Strong arms, strong shoulders, strong elbows. Pushing your lumbar into or your pelvis into the floor. Tuck your feet under your ankles into a downward dog, and then we are going to walk our hands back to our feet at a very slow pace until we find ourselves standing comfortably. Do not lift up yet, you will get very dizzy. You want to just hang here, holding your elbows, drop your head. Really just trust your bottom torso of your body, holding the weight, falling forward. It might help to rock or gently swing, but just keep your head dropped to the floor. Few breaths, and then we will slowly roll up. Feel comfortable and ready. Slowly roll up with every vertebrae. And now that we are in a standing position, we're going to pull our shoulders up, Take a breath and exhale, drop them back. That 3-4 more times. Inhale up, pull them and drop them back. Really gaining space in your shoulder blades. 2 more times, up. Really emphasize this last one, make it almost out of character. Go up, go really high, and drop it really far back. That must feel really good, right? Now rotate going the opposite way. Go backwards up, and forward, drop down. 3 more. Take it in, take the moment for yourself. Selfish right now with your body. 1 more time. Really emphasize it. Go up and out. Maybe a few neck circles before we go on to the next rotation. Both ways are recommended. Now we're going to go ahead and get into a warrior pose. We're going to go and turn our left foot side, and our right foot just comes forward. You want a little bit extra space in there, and you also want your right foot to be just out to the side of the mat, not directly where it was. Yep. Now we're going to cruise it forward a few more inches and go into a lunge. If your left foot isn't behind, you can pull it back a little bit. You don't want it directly, but you want your main focus to be in the bend of your right knee. You don't want your knee going over your, here I'll go sideways. So you don't want your knee going over your foot. You want to engage the bend to always be a 90 degree. Now if that means if you can't get to a 90 degree, keep your hips square with the front of the room. Nope, baby. Square is this way, I was just rotating. Square with the front of the room. Your arm out. Other arm back. And just drop into that bend a little bit longer. Yep. Now it looks like your knee is going a little bit over your foot. Maybe just put your foot up a little more. Yeah, there you go. Main goal is not to get your knee to go over your foot. This will engage a light stretch along your quads, calves, maybe your glutes. Stay here for 2 breaths. Now we're going to go ahead and go into a starfish. Bring both of your feet to the side of the room. Bring your right foot. Into a squat position. Your arms up. Stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. You can drop just a little bit deeper in your squat for the last breath. Come to a standing position. Turn your foot back towards the front. Back into a warrior 1. Forward with both of your hands. Into a push-up position. And then go ahead and drop down into your cobra and put your chest up. Two to 3 breaths here. Back into your child's pose, so bringing your hips back. Maybe alternate the weight on both of your hips, so go from right. Pull your left hip left. Just rocking back slightly on your knees. Tucking your feet under. And then into a downward dog to walk ourselves back. Slowly, do not rush. Bring your hands back to your legs. grab your elbows. Slowly roll up. Every vertebrae. If you would like to take a quick water break, now would be the time before we do the warrior on the other side. You're making it with us. We appreciate you. You're watching. We appreciate you. We're going to go ahead and go into the warrior two, or I'm sorry, the warrior on the alternating side. So we'll step forward with our left foot. Bring our right foot at the 90-degree angle towards the wall. We're going to go ahead and go into a lunge, making sure that our knee does not go past our foot. If you feel it is, bring your other leg further back, keeping this right leg or left leg, forward leg, whatever it is, at a 90-degree angle, not over your foot. Arms up. Might feel a little bit tight here. Just breathe through it at your own pace. I'm going to call it 4 counts. Maybe on your last 2, go into a deeper lunge. Just a little bit. On your last breath, we're going to go ahead and go up and turning both of our legs outwards towards the side wall. Arms out. Ankles sort of turned in, a little bit more emphasized, and into a squat. Open up your chest and be like this. Be like this. Pulling your shoulders back and your chest up. Sitting here, it might burn. Part of the deal. More breaths. Then to a standing. Are not bent anymore. You're going to turn your foot forward and then this one back. Your warrior is going to begin one more time in a bend, or in a lunge. 4 breaths. And then from those 4 breaths, we will fall forward, but take them slowly. Your arms might feel heavy, it's okay. You're strong, you got this. 1 more breath. Then on our fall forward, our right arm is going to come forward like a swimmer, dropping us down. We're going to bring our foot back in a push-up position, and we're going to drop all the way down into our cobra. Our chest is strong, it's going to come up, our hands are going to push away from the floor, and our lower lumbar back is going to push into the floor. Very strong. Very strong. All of your lower back muscles are engaged. Shoulders aren't high up to your ears. They're low. They're pressed away. A few breaths here. And then we're going back into our child's pose one last time. Child's pose, bringing our butt all the way back, top of our feet. Might help to rock just a little bit. Our last child's pose. Enjoy it. Savor it. Press your chest just a little bit further towards the ground. Fingers just a little bit forward on your mat. And drive your butt just a little bit further back. More breaths. Very slow. From here, we're going into our last downward dog, and in this last downward dog, if you have followed along, I have mentioned about driving your ankles into the ground. This last one, we are going to emphasize that. So come into a tabletop, kick your feet under, and really drive your hip bones straight into the sky, and your ankles and your heels, drive them down. Really drop your head. You should not feel any weight in your neck or your cervical spine. Make sure your arms and elbows are pushed out straight. Really drive that core up. Maybe walk your dog by bending your knee and rotating the weight, shifting left to right. Really enjoy this last downward dog here. And then we're gonna slowly walk our hands back to our feet one last time. Really take this slowly and hang out. We're gonna breathe right here. Breathe for about 10 seconds. Just hang it. Your head. Drop all the weight. Just breathe. Trust your body. Pull that forward fold as far down as you can. If you feel comfortable, you can grab your ankles. Grabbing your ankles and pulling your upper torso towards your lower torso. Slowly come up from here. We're going to roll our shoulders back a few times. How do you feel?
Good.
Good. Our hands come up. Exhale, hand prayer. Pushing the pressure between your wrists, each fingertip, your thumbs. Breaths. I just want to thank you guys for following along today. For sharing this space and time to do it every Saturday. Thank you for being here. Drink your water. Let's get high.
Yep. Nice. High five.
High five.
Right. Water. Do the water thing.
Woohoo! Let's go. You enjoy it? I feel like I cultivated this one better than I did.
You planned it more?
Yep, this one was definitely.
Or just freestyling?
Yep.
Weren't just a freestyle.
Thank you.
We had way more people in here than last time too. We had about 70, over 70 people. I almost think.